Welcome to Madison HD Sportsnet, presented by the JMU Alumni Association. We're joined by women's soccer head coach Dave Lombardo for the final coaches show of the 2015 season. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So we just completed the season this past Friday. It was a tough 5-0 loss at Duke in the NCAA Tournament, but obviously the team fought hard for 90 minutes. What were your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, that's not exactly how you want to end your season. It was, and I told the team ahead of time that only one team goes home happy once you get into the NCAA Tournament, but you want to end on a more competitive note. We ran into a very good, very rested Duke team. They were very sharp, and we were neither. We had, I think the last 5 games for us, 4 of them had gone into overtime, and we've been traveling a fair amount. And but it was an unusual game. Oftentimes, when you get a game that has that kind of score line to it, you're assuming the other team is just standing in your end, and you don't have a chance. I think we had 5 corner kicks in the first 30 minutes of the game. It was very unusual. It was up and down, up and down, up and down. Then all of a sudden, out of the blue, they score a goal. It's like, well, okay, up and down, up and down, up and down. Then a second goal. Their ability to counterattack was very good. The third goal was, I thought, a soft penalty kick call, and that really kind of took the wind out of our sails. But I credit this team. I mean, they, if any of us were really honest about where we thought this season was going to go way back in August, I think it was a jump ball of whether this was going to get into the NCAA tournament. We had lost some really quality players through graduation. We've got 12 new kids coming in. A lot of the indicators weren't pointing in this direction, and I think the leadership of our upperclassmen really made this work. That's a sign of a good program, is that you don't have to rebuild. You get a chance to reload, and we were able to do that with the quality of kids that we had in the program this year.
So now that the season's complete, just some notes on the year. We had 14 overall wins. We had 6 players recognized on all CAA teams. Mm-hmm. We won our 4th CAA championship in program history, and earned the 11th NCAA tournament bid in program history. So overall, you could say it was a very successful year.
Oh, absolutely.
What were your thoughts on the year as a whole?
Absolutely. I mean, what I said to the kids the other day is, win, lose, or draw, as we go into this NCAA tournament, there are 285 other teams that are already home, turning in their uniforms and everything else. So getting that opportunity for extended play at the end of the season is what I hope kids come to a competitive Division I program, is to not just play the regular season and then go home afterwards. So we were excited that things turned in this direction. I think it really bodes well for the future. We graduate, 6 seniors, but it becomes a scenario where I think most of the situations that they're leaving, we're able to kind of handle with kids that are already in the program, and we've got quality 7 new kids coming in for next year. So I think the future is looking bright for JMU women's soccer over the next couple of years.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to ask you about. Looking forward, you had 8 freshmen getting quality playing time this year. Mm-hmm. 22 of your 32 goals scored this year were scored by Ashley Herndon and Allie Bunner, who are going to be back.
Right.
So, next year is looking pretty good to have another successful season.
Yeah, the most coaches will tell you, particularly for freshmen, the most progress that is made in their development as players and athletes happens a lot between the spring semester of their freshman year through the beginning of their fall semester of their junior year. So in that year and a half or so, a lot of changes take place. And so we're hoping that this freshman group, they were involved this year, but they weren't as involved as I would have liked them to have been. But I think they'll get their opportunities in the spring. We haven't put together our spring schedule yet, but we'll challenge this team with some decent level of competition. And one of the biggest losses obviously will be a hot goalkeeper. Ellen Forrest had a year that most goalkeepers just can dream about. I mean, she was a huge factor in many of the wins because we had a lot of tight games. We didn't have too many games where we were up 2-3 nothing and it was very, very comfortable. She had to really make some key saves to keep us in the game and turn the tide of that. And so, the future for our goalkeeping, I think, looks pretty good. We've got Olivia Miller right now that is, I think, a very, very solid goalkeeper. We've got a couple of other kids, Bree Klein and Maggie Buxton, still coming back from injuries and surgeries, and so we don't know where all that's going to take us. But I think the quality of what we have in the program will serve us well.
Great. Well, it was great talking to you this season. It was definitely an exciting team to watch,
Yep.
and we wish you luck going forward.
All right. Thanks, Nate.